Hey guys, this is Mike. How's it going? So today I'm dropping by to debunk one of the most misunderstood and misleading phrases in the entire financial services industry. What's the phrase I'm talking about? The phrase that I'm talking about is something that if anyone's looked for a house in the last 5 or 6 years, contemplated buying a house, looked for a house, or even bought a house, then you've probably heard this phrase at least a couple thousand times. And it goes a little something like this. You have to buy a house right now because interest rates are rising. And when interest rates rise, you won't be able to afford a house anymore. So what I am here to tell everyone is that this is totally misleading and basically completely inaccurate analysis of the housing market dynamic in a rising interest rate environment, okay? So that probably sounds a little bit complicated. Let me say it a little bit more simply. Rising interest rates are actually good for potential home buyers. And the reason for that is that when interest rates rise, what do you think happens to home prices? They usually go down. The volume of home sales usually slows down when interest rates rise, and when inventories go up, values go down. Now, I'm not just saying this from a hypothetical perspective. This is based upon my opinion is based upon historical data and also data that is happening right now. So I'm going to turn to some charts right now, and I'm going to prove to everyone that rising interest rates are weighing on home prices. They're making home prices go down, and that's actually a good thing for home buyers in general, particularly first-time home buyers. All right, let's take a quick look-see here. All right, the first chart that we're going to look at is a chart of interest rates in the United States for the last 10 years. Interest rates fell to an all-time low of 0% in 2009 in response to the financial crisis. Those interest rates stayed at a record low for a record amount of time, about 8 years or so. That is a very, very, very long time, an unprecedented amount of time to keep interest rates at 0%. Then, in 2016, interest rates started rising aggressively. And in the last 2 years, we've seen a very sharp increase in short-term interest rates and also an increase in long-term interest rates. Interest rates are basically back to a 10-year high now. Okay, so with interest rates rising, no doubt you've been hearing, you got to buy a house right now because interest rates are rising and you won't be able to afford a house. Well, that's completely not true, because what I'm going to show you is that rising interest rates are causing home prices to go down. And in fact, it's actually helping make homes more affordable. Okay, so now that we've established the fact that interest rates have been rising a lot in the last 2 years, let's go ahead and take a look at how it's impacting the housing market. Okay, right here, taking a look at our Google search, we see new homes. This is an article from MarketWatch dated October 25th, 2018. It says new home sales plunge to a near 2-year low as housing picture. Let's see what that says. As housing picture deteriorates. Here's an article from the Wall Street Journal, November 21st, 2018. This is less than 2 months ago. Existing home sales suffer largest annual drop in 4 years. So guys, what does it sound like how the housing market's doing right now? Does it sound like prices are shooting higher? No, prices are coming down quickly because higher interest rates are having a big impact on demand. And you can even see that on a very regional level. And I'm going to show you one more chart, and then we're going to be done with this conversation. If you take a look at the town that I live in, which is Highland Park, Illinois, and you take a look at some houses that are on the market right now, what you can see is huge markdowns in the cost of these houses, or the asking price for the homes. So for example, this house right here is listed for $475, and what you see on the top here is that they had a price decrease of $24,000 on December 5th, 1 month ago. This home here is listed for $599,000. And what you see right here is that the asking price is down by $50,000 since December 3rd, a month ago. So if you kind of walk down the line and you look at all these homes that are for sale in Highland Park, most of them have been marked down anywhere from 5 to 10%. For example, this home right here is marked down $14,000. This home right here is the ask price is marked down $40,000. This home $10,000. What else? This home right here has been marked down by $16,000. Okay, so at any rate, I just want everyone to understand that rising interest rates, it doesn't mean that you're never going to be able to own a house. In fact, it's actually the exact opposite. It does help for affordability because, it generally tends to make prices go down a little bit. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a great day. We'll talk soon.